continue the story. What was the second part?
Dr. Giggles.
I heard the dick second part. I was zoned out.
Dr. Giggles.
Listen, whose dick do I need to suck? Because
I love you, CZ.
Frankly, lemonade the SEC. Add some sugar to it cause I'm salty, hope you hear me. I do it for the honor, he does it for the glory. Here's a little story, listen up, it ain't so boring. Talking about this pulse chain, block so fast, 3 seconds. Now I'm gonna get real technic, listen up, don't want you wrecked it. Ain't hard, just gotta respect this. Chill, check your perspective. Now let's have some fun, cause these hex girls love the sun. Let's get this done, 1-to-1. Free airdrop, it's all but done. Mr. Hart, who gave you some, don't like it then? Bite this thumb, better ideas, do them. Hex haters consume them. Check the chart, proofing with. Stake your way and chill. Build them up, that's real. Kinda like a big deal. Knock them down like big wheels. Car show when we roll up. Rari Lambos every pump. Like the pool we made was. Liquid ain't no dumps. Swimming in our winnings. Giving license the beginning. Pull on all the gentlemen. Ways his mama raised him in. Take a seat next to me. Giggles gonna let you free that mind and that body. Talk is cheap, my G. This is so cinematic. Now gotta write it out somehow. If she wanna ride with me, I say yes to everything. Decades down the road, hoping characters and notes to go in with the flow of.
I'm just motherfucking point.
Oh wait, I got it.
Post-chains, do not learn how the heck this works. I see a lot of new money. I need to read How to Be Rich by J. Paul Getty.
And I raised $27 million straight.
Coins is what's been given. Shout out Boston and Richard. For finance and airdrop coins, devs don't make no noise.
Doctors got some patience.
CZ making spaces.
Tweet it up and don't give up, you win now.
Don't be dumb.
Pulsechain, ask the pleb.
Saving you from getting wrecked. Joke, I ain't about it. Out of line. Punch out Tyson timing.
Take some time like love we make.
Have some patience, goodness sake. Chart is proof. Take a peekaboo.
He scammed me of my sadness.
Post to save your profits, hex. Great I am, exhibit. Patience sends foundation made and take a picture. Greatness. Listen up to what they're saying. Free raws are hostage taken.
Make sure there's a coin, because people love free coins.
This is the right crowd. I didn't think we're the girls,
Yeah.
but this crowd is here.
Here I am, you wait for yours. How big is it, baby? Get up on this dick and go a little crazy. I've been too shady lately, waiting for the bottom. Do's and doesn't later, made it 10,000x, got him.
X. You never heard it?
How big is your pee?
The absolute biggest one of those size.
Finish up the doctors waiting, fallacy of haters. Breaking blocks and kicking doors, tell them what we aim for. Loving dick to make you sore, been called Satan before. Speak the truth forevermore.
2 million on a risk, 2 minute cars.
Dr. Giggles.
How many coins do I have? And where the fuck are they?
With Pulsechain.
Alright. So there's a lot to break down in that song. There's a lot of multi-dimensional elements to it, but really I tried to keep it somewhat simple. But when I met with the literary agent, Catherine Sands, back in New York, she told me more important than writing is writing about your writing. Well, since I'm not writing, I'm kind of singing. As you can tell, I'm not a producer. My production quality, shit. So I don't even know if this is recording sound right now. But so let's go through line by line and just kind of break down some of the hidden things in there. I won't necessarily touch on everything because it would be inappropriate. And plus, so kind of the some of the, if you imagine whenever I imagine a song, I imagine the video, because there is so much more that can be said with pictures than with just words. So to me, the words are just the framework, the blueprint, if you will, in order to get the message out. So I don't really like talking about another man's dick, but as a hexagon outreach participant, then I kind of have to, because that's, it flows from the top. And so And I have a dick too. So like when you do some cool shit, you're like, yeah, bro, look at my dick, you know. But it's not. But it's I don't know. It fucks with my manhood a little bit. But let's continue the story. You know. So CZ came up with the, you know, like she just said, you know, like whose dick do I need to suck to get some motherfucking coins? She wasn't saying like you know, like I'm trying to suck dick for coins. She's trying to say like I need to speed up the process. I'll take one for the team. I'm gonna do this. So in that spirit is how the song was encouraged to be created, and so I kind of took that baton and ran with it. So this is a bit for the ladies. So I tried to populate as Richard Hart some of the songs, So aside from all of us listening to it, you know, like I enjoy listening to it myself, but also, you know, like he could enjoy listening to it, you know, to embody some of it, because I think whenever we use the word "I" in a song, it is meant to be embodied by the person participating, not just observing. And if you really love music, you try to you tend to listen to the songs that you're able to participate in. And so with you know, all this wind pulsechain talk, I thought this would be an appropriate way to express what's going on. So more than honest, frankly, you know, just being frank is disturbing to some people, and why now with the collapses of Luna and Celsius, people have put Hex in the same bag because of a dip. I don't get that, but there's a lot of mental illnesses in people that I don't get, and trying to unwrap those things is like trying to explain spirituality. It's a run-on sentence because there's no beginning and no end. You know, like there's something to the sounds. So lemonade, the SEC, if they give you lemons, make lemonade. You know, add some sugar to it because I'm salty. There's some things that have been done to my parents, my grandparents, and they've been tricked based on trust. And so if those things continue, you know, let the bodies hit the floor. I hope you hear me. I do it for the honor. He does it for the glory. People have a hard time trusting Richard Hart because he's not like them. But having been raised around many multimillionaires of not just current day, but of like the 80s, like old money, oil money, and being around certain billionaires and those who counsel directly to them and receiving advice from them has more impact on a guy. And so I see that same trait in Richard Hart, and he's made his. He's, you know, regardless of any failures, like, you know, a man learns more from his failures than he does his successes. And so I am encouraged to, because of my personal financial situation, and, you know, I've been rugged my whole life, basically. So if I get rugged again, who gives a fuck, right? Start over from zero. Like, starting from the bottom, it builds character. Anybody that's ridden up and down waves, I don't have to explain that to them. But a lot of people in the crypto space particularly are new money. You know, so I say, How to Be Rich by J. Paul Getty. It's about how to act, how to present yourself, and how to be a good steward of that wealth. Because without stewardship, your wealth will be short-lived. And so finding ways to use that to have a positive impact on society is the responsibility that comes with those votes that you've been given through financial strength. You found some keyhole that people had added value to, that put value into you. So what you do with that determines your ability to continue holding that torch. So he does it for the glory. That is the glory that comes with those particular responsibilities. And if you can't brag about it, you know, here's a little story. Listen up. it ain't so boring, with a capital B. There's a lot of people who do things unconventionally when they have the resources, and that's what it takes to advance society. So now we're talking about this pulse chain, blocks so fast, 3 seconds. This speeds up the transaction throughput tremendously, but it does not increase, unless the block size is changed, then it does not have, in my opinion, the staying power. So using different block sizes, just keep it simple, using different block sizes is the way to let pulse chain grow exponentially. So whatever that takes, now and then I get real technical, is something that is necessary in order to wait for win pulse chain. Listen up, don't want you wrecked. It ain't hard, just gotta respect this. Chill, check your perspective. Delayed gratification, like we forget. What's a year in the frame of decades? Like we're trying to build generational wealth here and build a new system in order for that to be passed, to held, and to be fostered in ways that are responsible for the greater good of all. Now let's have some fun, because these hex girls love the sun. You can find double entendres in here if you want. I just won't necessarily express them all for the sake of brevity. So let's get this done, 1-to-1. Free airdrop, technically, it's all but done. And so, having that copy of your ERC20s as a PRC20 is 1-to-1, but and that quality 1-to-1 time is what is what really matters in all levels. So Mr. Hart, who gave you some, don't like it, then bite this thumb. Like some Romeo and Juliet shit? Are you? If you got better ideas, do them. Hex haters, consume them. You can check the chart, the proof's in. I like the chart because it speaks for itself. The performance of the asset is what we're concerned with, not the behaviors of individuals or individual actors within the system. The collective behavior of those individuals does determine the quality of success, but the quantity is undeniable because of the chart. Dips are in the game. If you don't understand that, then you're not going to win. So stake your way and chill. Build them up. That's real. So of course you can build up your ladders, but I also wanted to express that building up members of your community, that's real. Building other people's wealth, that's real. Building up anything that is greater than yourself, that's realness. Like I said, it's kind of like a big deal. And the bigger the deal is, the more real you're able to realness you're able to express. So don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't be a player hater, be a player congratulator. Like this dick guy that you don't like, he's doing things that you're not doing. So, like, a lot of maxis seem to attack him because he's updated his worldview. So I'm trying to update yours to try to bring you in. Like, nobody wants to leave you behind. This isn't a competition. This is like attrition. We're so far behind in the world of financial gain that major risks have to be taken. Like, bro could rug us anytime, straight up. Oh, not technically we don't know that, but because of the traits of a responsible foreman, we're unable to know everything, and that does create some uncertainty and doubt, and so that is not meant to be a fearful thing. That is meant to be a caution in order to have a proper roadmap to success. So knock them down like big wheels. Like there's a freight train coming. It's a car show when we roll up. Like, I used to race cars, do car shows and all that stuff. So like, I really enjoy cars, and it's just like it's it's a simple flex, but it's not. But it's, like, if you don't enjoy the experience, what have you done all the work for? So, like the pool we made was liquid, ain't no dumps. The liquidity in Hex and has been very carefully crafted and responsibly held by those who have a wish for it to continue, decades and perhaps centuries into the future. If a person can't dump the price, so long as the individual actors remain with their integrity, then we have a roadmap that looks very promising. So once again, going with swimming liquid in our winnings. Dimming lights is the beginning. So there has to be a sunset before there is a rise. So foregone, all the gentlemen ways his mama raised him in. Nice guys finish last. Like I said, I won't explain all the entendre, but so take a seat next to me. Giggles gonna let you free. We can get into some metaphysical areas very deeply, but I want to kind of try to keep this relatively short. So if you have questions about that, we can talk about those at a later time. Giggle's gonna let you free your mind, and then that body. So, once we have the freedom, which after developing wind farms, I feel like I've been retired for 15 years already. But talk is cheap. So once you free your mind, your body is free, like, to do things that you didn't think was possible because you were involved in the rat race. So now I see with Hexicans a lot more people exiting that, successful or unsuccessful in their previous life. They now have the mental capacity to do things greater than themselves, and it makes life like a movie. So this life is so cinematic now, got to write it out somehow. But if you learn these things and you don't share them, what good have you really contributed? The collective consciousness receives these things, but the more action you take, the more ingrained that they are, and the more sound that we put out, the more lasting those effects have the potential to be. So if you want to ride with me, I say yes to everything. Decades down the road, hoping character is a node to going with the flow of Bufo on the beat. So, if you know what Bufo is, and you know what a beat is, and you want to go with the flow, and you can get in all those things, then you have it right there. I need some motherfucking coins. Oh wait, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got it. Like, we don't have to, like, continue to think about, like, I got you. So pulsechans, we have to teach y'all how the hex this works. A lot of new people in Pulse, and it's gonna get worse before it gets better, because there's gonna be new wealth created with Pulse, and and a lot of new hexicans, and I don't feel, I'm definitely not an OG in the hex space, but there's levels to this shit, and now that I've been exposed to a lot of thinkers and leaders in the space, I feel like the core is very strong, but there's a lot of flat going on around the sides, and as we educate one another, we'll be able to move as a stronger unit at the core, and this 300 can do things. So now, just back to some description. Coins is what's been given. Shout out Bossman Richard. Fork Binance and airdrop coins. Devs don't make no noise. Like he said, he locks them in a room because they don't need to hear all this. But that is, like, gangsters move in silence. Doctors got some patience. I work on people. CZ making spaces. She has been creating the space and holding the space for new elements of the community to solidify. So shout out to CZ. Thanks for the encouragement. Thanks for all the love, hospitality. We do it big. Tweet it up and don't give up. You win now. Don't be dumb. It's like Richard said, we already won. You just gotta wait. Just chill. Check your perspective. Okay? He's held your coins, or you've sacrificed your coins when the market was fine, or better than it is now. Okay, so don't get like he's saving you from getting wrecked. Joke I ain't about it. Out of line, punch out Tyson Timon. Like peekaboo on the beat. So peekaboo was Tyson's timing was everything. He just moved and slip and dodge. You just avoid the bullets for long enough and have a proper attack. Then you saw the results of his career and where he even stands now. So and then he loves Bufo and the beat. He loves the beat too, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, take some time like love we make. Have some patience, goodness sake. Chart is proof. Take a peekaboo on the beat. So, had peekaboo with Tyson, along with giving Bufo his credit for doing work out there. Thanks, bro. He even sent me the songs without the tags, but I was like, I want to give you credit for your work. That's what this community is build each other up. So if I take his tag out of the beat, then I'm not stealing from him because he's giving me permission. But I do want to promote any and everyone that's doing something with their life that contributes to the greater good of all. So now why are we here? He scammed me of my sadness. Shout out to SJ. Everybody loves that shit. Check out her Sci-Vive on YouTube. She reads it. So she worked. I think she did that for me like 12 times before we got it right. But that worked out perfectly in the song. So now what's the point? Pulse to save your profits, Hex. ETH was taking all the profits, not all the profits, but taking too many of the profits from Hex stakes, and so that's what Pulse's original intent was just to hold Hex, or to allow Hex to be transacted in a manner that is true to the spirit of crypto. Like my buddy said, Hex is the crypto that's good for crypto. Love it or hate it, you can't deny that. So great I am, exhibit patience, Sin's Foundation Maiden. So who was there at the beginning of the Sin's Foundation? Do your homework. Paint a picture, greatness. Listen up to what we're saying. Free Ross, he's a hostage taken. It's like, what are we going to do as a community to make the world a better place? There are real things that have been attacked. And if we sit by idle, we're implicit in these attacks. So if you don't know what Free Ross is, look it up and dive deep into that. Do something. Help, please. If you've never been behind bars, you don't know what this man's going through. You need to help. This is something that is way beyond this one dude. We're not saying he didn't do anything wrong at all, but what was done to him is indicative of the things that are done to thousands of people. Thousands. And I can't find a better purpose for the sake of freedom, for the sake of what the ethos of crypto this man embodied. And now that he has been taken hostage, we forgot about him. So we forgot about the lessons. He stays in there long enough, we'll forget about him. So I don't want to let that happen. Make sure there's a coin, because people love free coins. And then you hear the giggling girl in the back. This is the right crowd, I think, with the girls, but this crowd doesn't care. Prove me wrong. Here I am, can't wait for yours. We all was worried about the sacrifice checker, right? How big is it, baby? Get up on this dick and go a little crazy. Like I said, I was trying to give some things for each of us to embody while we were waiting on when pulsechain. I've been acting shady lately, waiting for the bottom. Dudes and devs done paid him, made a 10,000x, got him. Is that the doorbell? I don't know. So here's what this one is for. That one was for Richard, because people say he's been acting shady, but he's just making shit better, and he's waiting. He said, but after Hex, timing the bottom, and he said it many, many times. This isn't just make-believe. This isn't speculation. Pulsechain to launch at the bottom of the market is the best for the chart. Hockey sticks, not dips. Hex, if you've ever heard of it, how big is your pee-pee? The absolute biggest one, like special sized. That's just for That's for you, Richard, if you're watching this. So finish up. The Doctor's Waiting, Fallacy of Haters. Definitely some entendre in fallacy. You can PH or F. Look it up if you need to. Breaking blocks and kicking doors. We don't, like, if something's wrong, we just kicking in the door. Got some beep going on. I don't know what it is. But tell them what we aim for. Love and dick to make you sore. Been called Satan before. Speak the truth forevermore. So there is human needs and human desires and human wants that really do play a part in everything. But he finishes it up with, so all you people trying to talk shit, I was born poor. So fuck you guys. Get on my level. 2 million on the wrist, 2 million on the cars. How many coins do I have? And where the fuck are they? That's Win Pulsechain, broken down. So we'll play it one more time, and hopefully this sounds worth a shit. But like I said, my production quality, it is shit, and I recognize that. So hopefully this has some sort of audio quality to it, but that's not what my strong point is. But I do have, shout out to Bass God. He wants to produce it. Shout out to Freddie Quotes. He said he'll get his people to produce it. So I got some computer shit going on over here. Shitty mic. I'm doing the best I can. I like to write, so I'll keep on writing. I'll keep on sharing. I appreciate you guys. Hex 2, wherever it goes. $8 Hex.
Continue the story. What was the second part?
Dr. Giggles.
I heard the dick second part, and then I zoned out.
Dr. Giggles.
Listen, whose dick do I need to suck? Because I need some motherfucking
Is that what's going on?
More than honest, frankly. Eliminate the SEC. Add some sugar to it, cause I'm salty. Hope you hear me. I do it for the honor. He does it for the glory.
Here's a little story. Listen up, it ain't so boring. Talking about this pulse chain. Block so fast, 3 seconds. Now I'm gonna get real technic. Listen up, don't want you wrecked it. Ain't hard, just gotta respect this. Chill, check your perspective. Now let's have some fun, cause these hex scores let us see. Let's get this done. Number 1, free airdrop, it's all but done. Mr. Hart who gave you some, don't like it then bite this thumb. Better ideas, do them. Hex haters consume them. Check the chart, proof it with. Stick your way and chill. Build them up, that's real. Kinda like a big deal. Knock them down like big wheels. Car show when we roll up. Rari Lambos every pump. Like the pool we made was. Liquid ain't no dumps.
Swimming in our rhythms, him and lights is the beginning. Foregoing all the gentlemen. Ways his mama raised him in. Take a seat next to me. Giggles gonna let you free your mind. Then that body. Talk is cheap, my G. This life's so cinematic. Now gotta ride it out somehow. If she wanna ride with me, I say yes to everything. Decades down the road, hoping characters and notes to going with the flow of.
I need some motherfucking coins.
Oh wait, go. I got it.
Most students do not learn how the heck this works. I see a lot of new money. Y'all need to read How to Be Rich by J. Paul Getty.
And I raised $27 check.
Coins is what's been given.
Shout out Boston Richard.
More finance and airdrop coins. Never make no noise. Doctors got some patience. CZ making spaces. Tweet it up and don't give up. You win now. Don't be dumb. Win post chain, ask the pleb. Saving you from getting wrecked. Joke, I ain't about it. Out of line. Punch out, try some time and take some time like love we make. Have some patience, goodness sake. Chart is proof. Take a peek.
He scammed me of my sadness.
Post to save your pockets, hex. Great I am, exhibit. Patience, since foundation made and paint a picture. Greatness. Listen up to what we're saying. Free Ross or hostage taken.
Make sure there's a coin, because people love free coins.
This is the right crowd. I think for the girls,
Yeah.
but I know this crowd is here.
Here I am, can't wait for yours. How big is it, baby? Get up on this dick and go a little crazy. I've been acting shady lately, waiting for the bottom. Dudes person doesn't pay them, made it 10,000 next got them.
Excellent. You better heard it.
How big is the pee?
The absolute biggest one that I touched.
Finish up the doctors waiting, fallacy of haters. Breaking blocks and kicking doors, tell them what we aim for. Loving dick to make you sure and call Satan before. Speak the truth forevermore.
$2 million on a wrist, 2 minute cars.
Dr. Giggles.
How many coins do I have? And where the fuck are they?
Pulsechain.
So there's you a half-ass, half-hour. Like I said, production.
Continue the story.